Hello there. Well, it is one day special time and we have got a cracking deal for you. We love a Deflecto one day special because it's an opportunity for you to either try out the Deflecto storage system or maybe add to your existing system, because I know so many of you do look out for our one day specials with Deflecto. Now we are just showing you some of the fabulous goodies that we are going to be sharing with you. Some of these items you will see that I use them in my crafting room, Leonie uses them, Paola uses them, many of our viewers, Catherine uses them as well. And if you do use any of these items in your craft room, then I would love to see how you use them. studio@hochanda.com. Now, of course, Deflecto, it's an incredible company. We regularly see the guys here bringing these fabulous deals to us. And of course, we usually do have Sam with us here in the studio. Sadly, we don't have him here. He's tucked up in Wales, I believe. But we've got him via the powers of Skype, I think. Hiya, Sam. How are you doing?
How are you, Hayley? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Very excited again. Another brilliant one-day special.
Yeah, you know, thanks for having us on again. And it's obviously I would much prefer to be there in person, but hopefully the Wi-Fi will hold up at home and we can talk through the products we've got available today.
Well, you've done us a brilliant deal. I mean, we've got a £36 saving with our one-day special. It is an amazing deal, and it's one of those ones. This one-day special, I think, is brilliant for anybody that's just getting started with Deflecto, or anybody who's a bit like many of us here at Hochanda, seasoned Deflecto collectors, shall I call us?
I think that's probably fair to say. I know, you know, normally when I am in there, lots of people come up and say, "You bringing anything new out?" And you know, when are you going to be next on? I haven't had time to go and get them yet. And quite often, you know, I occasionally get tapped up for, can I take a sample? I have to say no. Today might be a little different because I'm not actually there. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Well,
we'll just blame it on the couriers if the worst case scenario. Now the deal we've got on the screen, we've got £36 saving. That's a pretty good saving.
Yeah. So you know, with the one day special, we always like to make sure that we're giving fantastic value. But also fantastic value on products that really are great products. I mean, you know, what's the point of having something that's really good value if it's not that great? Whereas, you know, if you look at the reviews that we get on the Deflecto Caddy, you know, just always so popular. And I think because so many people that, you know, and as I've said before, we deem, you know, the likes of yourself, Hayley, and Leonie and Paola, we deem you craft professionals. So when we see you using it, it just kind of emphasises what we were trying to design when we created the product. You know, when you look around the product itself, you've got those nice clear canisters. Now the reason for that is you can easily locate the items, and something that always surprised me is the amount of stuff, you know, that you guys actually carry or you guys buy. So it makes sense to store it safely, but also store it where you can see it. I mean, there's no point having it if you're not sure where it is, or you can't remember where you've put it, or you just can't find it.
And I love it because it's a modular system. So you might start off with the one day special, and this might be your first kind of step into the Deflecto world. I do urge you to have a little look online there because we've got loads and loads for you to choose from. And we do also have the wheels that are available. We don't always have those. They are always popular, and I will be showing you a bigger bundle in the moment. But this is your one day special where you've got two of those fabulous kind of tier systems. Such a clever concept that you've got with these, Sam.
Yeah, so that, you know, the idea is that we want storage that will grow with you, but we also want storage that is manageable to move around the house, or, you know, whether it be to your car or, you know, to a craft workshop that hopefully you'll be able to go to soon. So the fact you can lock them together, and the fact you can, you know, they're very portable, and that's something that we try to create, and you know, we think we've done it really well. And there's lots of accessories that actually work with the caddy as well, which is again just a great feature of the product.
Well, this is it, and I find mine very useful because, of course, as you said there, you can instantly see what you've got stored and where you've got it stored because of it being clear. And also, it's so easy to get to those bottom layers. Now, you might start off with 2 tiers, but you will soon find that you will add to those. I think my tier system's probably got about 7 tiers in it now, and it's brilliant because overall, the only amount of area that it takes up in my craft room is that. a little over an A4 sheet, because that is the base. And then obviously you can go higher with regards to these. So with regards to these, I know there is a kind of a limit that you kind of suggest with regards to the weight of the content. What about the height as well? What do we need to consider?
Well, I think, you know, some of us are taller than others. So, you know, what we always say is that, you know, make sure that it's a comfortable waist height. Anything around there. I mean, that's also a good height if you were sat at a desk or you're stood at a workstation. And the benefit of having them stacked together, and, you know, as I mentioned, we've got the wheelbase as well, which we'll come on to, which is a great product, is that it's just easy to move out of the way, or, you know, you can stack 6 or 7 comfortably, and you can still maneuver it, so it's still portable, even when you've got to stack them together as well.
Certainly is, and I've actually got one here. This is one of Leonie's many Deflecto systems, and you can see there instantly she'll know exactly where her gilding waxes are, where she can find those, where her cut and dry foam is. It's all in there. And again, things like your pens, things like your stickles, all of these things are going to be very familiar to our crafters. And of course, whether it is your sewing, whether it's your crafting, whether it's in the garage. I mean, my other half, David, he uses his, and he's kind of got nuts and bolts and raw plugs and kind of DIY kind of bits and pieces. I kind of recognise them, but don't really know what half of them do. But he knows where everything is. And from a personal point of view, I like it because it means that I don't end up double buying. And you crafters will know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be looking for that ink pad that you know you've got it, and you know you've got it somewhere, but you don't know where it is. So sometimes you think, oh, do you know what? It's just quicker to order another one. And then you end up with 2 of the same colour. So this is a way for you to get organised with all your crafting stash. And it's such a fabulous way. It's just so easy. And as I say, I can't reiterate more that it's only taking up the storage, the floor space of that there. But of course, you can go as high as you like within reason. And then, of course, add in the wheels if you want to move it around from time to time. Now, it's always a busy, busy one-day special. Lots of you taking advantage of it already. And it's nice as well, because what we're seeing as well, Sam, is something that you will reiterate when you come to do your dispatches. You regularly see these one-day specials going out in multiples to the same address.
Yeah, and I think, just a little bit about the company. We are based in the UK, based in South Wales, and we dispatch all of the product from our UK facility. And what's actually really nice is we get quite a lot of emails in from customers of Hochanda saying, can I suggest you bring this product out? So again, if anyone has any suggestions like that, please do send them in. We've had some great ones recently, and people are asking when we're back on. And I think, we're probably on every 12 weeks, I would say is a rough estimate of, of when we do an Hochanda show. Sorry, I got tongue-tied then. But yeah, I think that the product itself, if you're a little unsure, just, take a look at the reviews online on Hochanda. I'm yet to really see a negative review about this product. We can't please everyone, and I'm sure there's someone that may be watching or someone that knows someone that said, I've had that and I didn't think it was any good. But the vast majority of what people say about this product is that some have even said they can't live without it. Now they've got it, which maybe that is the case for that person. I think get it, you will not be disappointed. And as you did mention, Hayley, we do dispatch them from the UK, and it's always nice to see those repeat addresses coming through. I think that the biggest delivery we've ever done was a whole pallet. Someone had ordered a pallet worth of Deflecto caddies, and that'll have been Leonie,
because she'll probably need several pallets. There'll be more orders to come from her, I'm telling you now. Now, it is a brilliant system, and it's brilliant because you can get involved at whatever level. So, as Sam said there, you could be ordering a whole pallet full of these if you're wanting to get yourself organised, or maybe just getting started with your first, being the one-day special. Maybe you've experienced Deflecto before and you're kind of spreading that Deflecto word. That's often what happens. Crafters will find just how useful this is, and they'll start mentioning it to other people. Could be family members, because of course it doesn't have to be crafting stuff that you're putting in here. Could be model making stuff, it could be kids' toys, those little bricks, that you sometimes find in the middle of the night, usually when you've got a bare foot, yeah, they can be pretty painful. So this is a lovely way for you to store these. I've got all sorts of different things in mine. They even go in the kitchen cupboards, and they can kind of have things like your spices in there, or perhaps lollipop sticks if you're doing cake pops, and cupcake cases, and all sorts of different bits and pieces. So this is something that's definitely worth looking at. Check out the reviews. As Sam was mentioning there, you have got some brilliant brilliant reviews, which we'll share with you. But we have got a question with regards to this one. This one's from Catherine. Now, I'm putting you on the spot here with this one. With regards to the caddy system that we're talking about, if you're looking at just one tier, I think this is probably where we're going with this one. What is the length and the height of these, Sam? Do you know?
Yeah, so the length of the product is around about 33 centimetres in total. So just a little over 12 inches is the length of the product. And then the width of it, I think, is around about 8 or 9 inches. So, I mean, you're not too far off with saying an A4 sheet of paper, but I think, you know, you may think an A4 isn't that great in regards to size, but because of the different tubs that you do have there, and each of those tubs, the single ones are 4.5 inches square by about 4 inches deep. So you really can get lots and lots of different items and craft materials, or, you know, modelling kits, children's toys. I mean, we use them in our house for the modelling clays and the modelling doughs. You can get all the cutting tools in there, a whole array of different colours of those modelling clays that I'm referring to. So it is a good all-round storage product for anyone in the house, really.
It certainly is, and as I say, it's one of those ones that I can't recommend more to people. A fabulous price that we've got with the one-day special. Bear in mind, we've got things like Mother's Day, Father's Day coming up throughout the year. Now, I know we will see more from Deflecto before those dates appear, but why not take advantage of this deal? £23.98. You're getting two of your tiers, as you can see here, but of course they interlock beautifully, and you can use them in so many different ways. But as I mentioned, it's a modular system. The idea is that you start off and you add to it. And here are some reviews from people who have started off with their Deflecto range. This is just from January. This is this year. There are loads. We could have gone to any date really in the past for these. Excellent. I mean, that's all you need. One word says it all. Great price, cheapest I could find. Love the look of these on a trolley base. Really functional and totally organised my threads. I've got my threads in mine as well. And I've got 4. Oh, well, I haven't got 4, but this particular person has got 4 of those. Love to have more. So I hope this range is restocked. And that is the beauty of this. We've always got the brand section available to you here at Hochanda. So that does mean that if any time you're wanting to add to this, then you can do. We don't always have deals like we've got on the screen because, of course, it's a one-day special. These are sturdy and look good, store such a wide variety of different size craft goods with more space plus the wheels. So this is the thing. It is such a fabulous system. Now, of course, your one-day special is pretty much as I was showing you there, but we've got a fabulous deal for you where you'll be able to take advantage of the saving from your one-day special and more. Now, I know what you're like, because you're like me at home. You'll be looking at the screen and saying, hang on a minute, I'm spending £56 odd here and I'm only saving £2. Well, actually, you're not, because let me explain. Your one-day special, you're getting 2 repeats of these. So within your one-day special, you've got the saving, double that up. It's actually a £36 saving that you are getting with regards to those. Then you've got your wheels as well. So your wheels are added into the deal, and that's what you've got on your screen there. And you've actually got a £7 saving that's been carried forward from the price of the wheels into the bundle. So what are we up to, about £40 now with regards to the saving? And if actually, it's £36 times 2, of course, because we've got 2 one-day specials. It's £36 on each one of those. Of course, me and my maths not doing it right. So overall, you are actually saving, what was that, £81. Now, hang on, I'm going to be splitting heads. Is that including our £2 on the screen? So that is including the £2 on the screen there. And of course, if you are a Freedom member, you're not going to have any additional post and packing to pay with this. That's why we wanted to bring this in nice and early. Now, if you have already gone for your one-day special, then of course you can add this in alongside it. But many of you have already spied this. So what you've got with this one is obviously your 2 one-day specials and your wheelbase. Now, Sam, tell me about the wheelbase. I know why it's so popular, but they want to hear from the professional. Why is it so popular, the wheelbase?
Well, you know, as we mentioned about the amount of just sheer stuff that you have, you know, whether that be your different ink pads, materials, different tools, that all does start to become quite heavy once you fill up these caddies, especially with 4 of them. So the reason why we designed the wheelbase is, as I mentioned at the start of the show, just to make it portable and easy to use, and that's really what the wheelbase is all about. The fact that the caddy is a modular system, so you know, say that you've already bought 6 and you just want to add 1 more to your stack. You know, you can do that. And the same way that the caddies lock together with that grey lever system there, that's the way the wheelbase locks into the caddies as well. So if you don't want to use the wheelbase, say you I don't know, you want to slide it away, you only want to bring it out at certain times, you can do that. And that's one of the things that I think is why this product, and especially this bundle, is so popular, is that you can use it all as one system, or you could use it kind of layer by layer. So if you only need to use 2 of the caddies, you can do. Or if you want to use all 4 of them and you want to move them around the house, you've got that wheelbase, which just makes it a little easier, makes it more portable.
And it certainly does, because there's certainly an amount of weight when you start filling up those little canisters and pods that you've got there. This is something that I found quite recently when I bought mine in, I think it might have been for a Deflecto show that we had a couple of months ago. And when you actually start stacking it up, you think, all right, I'm going to pick that up and move it. And it's like, oh my goodness, that weighs a ton. So having the wheels means that you can quickly and easily glide it from wherever you need it to go. And of course, the size of this, I know that a lot of people will actually keep these under their desks. If they've got a crafting desk and it's kind of like a knee-hole desk, then of course you can stack these as high as the counter area, and you're kind of making use of wasted space, aren't you? And the still room, if you perhaps had 2 of these side by side, you could have your chair and your knees sat between the 2 of them. But what a huge amount of storage that you've got literally in a wasted space.
And I think, you're spot on with that, Hayley. The fact that it is in those wheels, I mean, we see pictures of people that have sent them in where they've wheeled them underneath the stairs. So as I said, it's just about making it portable, and it's making it user-friendly. And say you're working at, at a workstation like you've just described there, and you want to move it out the way, you haven't physically got to lift up 4 caddies to do that. You can just push it to one side. Even more so, if you want a hard surface, whether that be a wood floor or something like that, really easy to move. But we will mention as well, they do work well on carpet as well. You still can push them around because those wheels go in the 360-degree direction. You haven't got that issue of, making sure the wheels are all lined up either.
And this is the key thing, and I think anybody it's a case of that when you're wanting to move your crafting things around, you want to do it yourself, you're an independent person, but you might not have the upper body strength to actually physically move everything around. Then regardless of the weight that's in here, the wheels are going to enable you to manoeuvre it literally from room to room if you're wanting to. And as you can see there, as Sam said, those 360 rotations of the wheels there mean that it really is an easy one to work with. Taking it, whether it's from a hard surface or a carpeted surface, you are not going to have an issue with those at all. They also work going across kind of rumbly car parks as well, because I've taken mine across tarmac and the wheel stayed put as well, so sign of quality for you. Details on your screen. If you're wanting to get hold of your set of 2 one-day specials with their associated savings and the wheelbase as well, saving £81 overall. We have to put £2 on the screen there because the savings are kind of already added together with regards to this. So if you were to go off and get them individually, then you would actually be paying £81 more than the price on your screen, as you can see there. So £56.95 being your price on this one. £4.95 post and packing. Please don't pay that. Become a Freedom member, because there's going to be lots of other things that you're going to want to add into your basket alongside these. We'll be sharing more of the Deflecto range with you in just a few moments, but check out the ways that you could potentially be using your caddies. we are very busy. You probably noticed at the bottom of your screen there, busy on the phone lines. They have just this moment cleared. So if you're needing to place your order on the phone, quick, do it now. But keep one eye on the TV because we've got another product to share with you. Now, paint. This is a brilliant bundle. This is, it's going to be a bit like a kind of a confessional show because I've got these as well. And these are brilliant. They're always popular with our crafty crew here at Hochanda. In fact, if you were watching some of the, it was a happy hour show that we had yesterday with the lovely Emma Blake. She was here with Clever Prints and she was actually using one of these with regard to her paint palettes. She'd actually got little kind of paint pans in here and she was using it with regards to her watercolours. This is a fabulous set. You're going to get a duo, so your painter companion and your paint tray. So that's your paint tray with your lid on there, and then your fabulous painter companion. This is brilliant. One of the issues, I don't know about you guys at home, but when you're working with paints and water, the moment you clean your brush and your pot of water, you are contaminating it, aren't you? And it gets muckier and muckier and muckier, and before you know it, you've got to change the colour, and it's usually quite quickly. With this, it gives you the opportunity to actually have your clean water there all the time, and lovely deep areas to work with as well. This has been really well received, Sam, hasn't it? And it's one of the newer additions to the range.
Yeah, so we launched a range of products last year in Fine Arts range, which is what the Painter's Companion and the Paint Tray is. And this product was, you know, really designed with some clever little features as well, which we will run through. The paint tray itself, it's got an airtight seal around the edge of there. So, you know, if you are working and you need to, I don't know, maybe just want to put some work away for a few hours. Once that lid is locked on, it does act as an airtight seal, so that will prevent your paints from drying out. You know, which is great if you need to take off or you need to just leave some work for a moment. You've got that option there. The fact that the lid completely comes off as well, I think, is another great feature because, you know, as we said, you know, if you really wanted, I guess you could use the lid as a, you know, as a large mixing palette as well.
Good point.
The fact that there's no like sharp edges as such means you can clean it really easy as well. There's no, you can see that they're all rounded, so you aren't going to get paint kind of drying in them. And I think you actually get, I think it's 19 wells. I normally count them, but it's...
Sam, you're letting the side down. My goodness.
No, I think it's 19.
One job, that's all you've got. One job.
I know. It's been a long day.
Bless you.
Yeah, we got. Are you counting them or am I counting them?
No, you can count them. I'm just going to mention something. You can count them while I talk about the lid, because the thing is, with the lid as well, you know how we do our paint techniques, and what we sometimes do is lay down a piece of paper and spritz it with a spray. Then I think that's a fabulous space for you to actually be putting your piece of card in there and protecting your surface at the same time. Yeah, as Sam quite rightly said, we've got, is it 19 little trays there?
Yeah, I think there's the 15 round the edge and then the four large ones in the middle.
Love it.
But I think, you know, just to get an idea of the size of that product, it's not far off like an A4 sheet of paper.
Yeah, it's a good point, yeah.
So, you know, it really is. It's a good size paint tray.
And we say paint tray, but I know loads and loads of people who do beading and jewellery that would really find this useful as a little tray to actually keep. I mean, the lid itself, obviously you can sit the base in there if you're wanting to. And you've got these areas, you could put a little piece of foam in there and they're almost like areas to keep your bead formations and perhaps your little designs in place. But around the edge here, you could be putting beads and findings and all sorts of bits and pieces if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that is, I haven't thought of that one, so I'm gonna take that one as my own idea when I'm in work next.
You can have that one. You can have that one. I don't mind.
But I think, you know, this bundle just does really well. We've had it on, you know, a few times now, and it just proves so popular, which is why we keep bringing it back.
It's a brilliant
idea. When you actually
idea.
look at the Painter's Companion,
yeah,
and the reason why we call it a companion is we really do believe that it makes your job easier. If you're painting, it does make life easier. It's got lots of different areas you know, that you can clean your brushes. And as you pointed out earlier, normally the second that you clean your brush in that old jam jar that you're probably using, that water is now dirty. Whereas with this, you've got the 3 paint wells, and they're a really, really good size as well. They're really deep. Then you've got that nice little drip tray at the edge, which you can rest your brush on, you know, if you wanted to, and then the handle as well, which when you washed your paintbrushes, to allow them to dry correctly, you are supposed to lay them horizontally, as I'm sure you all know. and that's why the handle itself has got that design with those ridges built in. It's just to prevent the brush rolling off as well.
I love it. Really useful tool, and of course it's got the little carry handle there, so nice and easy for you to transport and to get it under the tap as well, which I know sounds like a daft thing to say, but it is nice and easy. Just want to throw, there you go, throwing water over Monday. Catch. For £13.98, if you're wanting to get hold of that, please do so. Details there on your screen, as you can see, but 20% of the stock has gone. It's been a popular one, and again, such an affordable price, £13.98. It's kind of a one-time purchase. You buy that and you, well, mind you, other than buying it as gifts for friends, you probably only need to buy one of them. So yeah, why not treat yourself to that one? Now, next thing we're going to be chatting about is, now this is a bundle that's proven to be very popular, and it's brilliant because it has got the wall bar included, and the wall bar is very, very useful tool to have, because what you will find is when you start working Deflecto system, of course we were looking at the different caddies a few moments ago, but they are interchangeable. So you'll see that with this particular one, we've got a longer caddy, which is actually going to take up 3 of your pod spaces. Now this is a brilliant bundle. You've got your ribbon dispenser with this one, Sam.
Yeah, so we put this one together, and you know what we found is that we normally have these on their own, and people are ordering them to put them in with their, you know, with the ODS or with the, you know, the 4 caddies and the wheelbase. So we decided to pack, I guess, the best-selling accessories, which is what they are, with the caddies. We've got the ribbon dispenser, which yeah, as we kind of all know, generally when you buy ribbons, you tend to keep them loose in a drawer or in a storage box. They will get damaged. Then also you can't always find them. So this particular product is a great addition, and it's a really good accessory to have. Both of those canisters will fit within the one-day special, within the Deflecto caddy as well. And then we introduced the project tray on the one on the underside, which you can see there, which is great for your smaller embellishments and beads. And that tray does actually lift out as well, so you still get the benefit of using the large storage, and you've got that project tray that sits neatly in the top, and the lid still closes and snaps tight as well.
And then, of course, the ribbon dispenser one, again, you've got your large caddy. I use large caddy with regards to things like my pinking shears and my dressmaking scissors, because they're a little bit longer than the 2-pod caddy. So, yeah, brilliant. But then, of course, you've got the addition, those inserts that mean that you can actually put that ribbon kind of bar in there. These just slot in to the side like so, one either side, and then you've got your bar which neatly just clips in place. Obviously put your ribbons in place before you clip it in place, but then it will sit neatly in there and keep them safe and secure. And you can even feed your ribbons through, because you've got a little tiny amount of area that allows you to actually decant those ribbons as it comes through there as well. And of course, as Sam mentioned, they will sit neatly within your one-day special. This particular set, you're going to get your 2 larger pods, so obviously you've got your project tray in one, you've got your ribbon dispenser in the other, and you've got your wheels. You're also getting your wall mounting bar, and this is a perfect place for you to pop it on the wall, and then any of those pods that you're interchanging, it gives you the ability to actually put those elements there, as you can see there. So you don't necessarily have to keep them in your kind of your mobile station, for the want of a better phrase. You can use them on your wall using that wall bar. Now, it doesn't come with your screws. You just need to check out the right screws and the right raw plugs for the kind of the purposes of where you're going to be putting it, because obviously it's different apparently for different walls. 013512. I'm not much of a DIYer, as you can probably tell. Now, if you fancy getting hold of that one, it's a really good buy, that one. Of course, you can add it in alongside your one-day special if you're wanting to, and of course, spreading the cost will make it perhaps a little bit more affordable on your pocket. Busy again on those phone lines. You will see this with regards to the show. Each time we bring new products out, we often have brand new viewers to take advantage of these, and that's why those phone lines get busier again. Now, another very, very popular item is this one. So with regards to this one, we've got 2 of these accordion holders for your marker pens. These have been very popular, Sam.
Yeah, so this is a product that we've had for some time actually, and the same amount of time as we've been offering the caddy, and it proves so popular. And you know, I'll quickly run through why I personally think it's such a good product with the viewers at home. Is that one thing that really surprised me was how much markers actually cost.
Yes.
You know, some markers can be a couple of pounds per one. So it kind of, you know, the way I look at it, if you're spending that sort of money, it makes sense to invest and make sure that you're going to look after them. The fact that this the marker accordions are portable again. We've got the carry handle built into the top of the product. The fact you can change the orientation of the product, whether you want to lay it on its side or sit it upright, you can do that. And as you just demoed a minute ago, you can actually open the unit out, which is why it gets the name Accordion. Now you are getting 2 of them. You can hold up to 80 markers in each of them, so 160 in total. You can see nice and clear, so when you have got your markers stored in there, you're going to be able to quickly locate the color that you're looking for. And I guess, saving you time. On the one hand, that you're not going to be searching for those colors that you're trying to find. If you're doing something, they're going to be all within that unit. You can quickly identify the color that you're after and take it out. And then when you're done with it, put it neatly back in to the segments that we've got designed within the product. That lid fits on nice and secure as well. And because it's so portable, you can easily move it into the cupboard or, I don't know, under the bed, wherever you store it. It's going to be easy to maneuver around the house.
I'm going to move these. Oh, excuse me, I got a bit of a frog in my throat then. I'm going to move these out the way. The reason being is, have a look what we've got on the shelf here. These are Prowlers Pen Collection, and I love it. So you can see it. Well, this is a little bit of Prowlers Pen Collection probably, because she's got a lot of pens, and it's a really popular way, as you can see there. You can stack them up beautifully. When she brings them into the studio, all she needs to do is concertina them up, put the cover on there, and away she goes. I know she's not the only celebrity crafter that's got these. I know John Lockwood has got these as well, I believe, and there's many more of you guys at home, and of course lots of you do use them, not just for your pens, your pencils, anything that you're wanting to stand upright and have that clearance with regards to these. Now of course, with regards to your pens, did you know that these pen caddies may even dance when you get them home? But dancing accordion holders is not a guarantee. Might not happen, just saying. Now, this is one of the latest additions to my craft room. You may well have seen me use it on air, actually, because when I do my sewing shows, I do bring it in with me. It is a brilliant system. It's one I couldn't be without now, to be honest, because it gives me the opportunity to store all of my fabulous sewing elements that I need when I'm on air. And it's made up of 3 parts, and each part separates up, so you can decide how you want to put this together. So you've got the organiser at the top, as you can see there, nice clear organiser, that's going to sit on the top like so. Then you've got your additional drawer, and this drawer will actually slide out, so you've got a storage area in there, and it will come out completely as well if you need it to. But what you will find is they do stack together. So I've got mine in a similar, actually no, I think I've got it that way around. I had to think for a moment then. I've got the smaller drawer on the top, but you can, if you want to, switch it round and, whoops-a-daisy, have the larger drawers sitting on top. And these deeper drawers are brilliant because it means that you can use them as storage areas for all sorts of goodies. And then of course you've got those recesses there, so they're locked together, but you can even wall mount it as well if you wanted to. So I have to say this has revolutionised me organising my sewing bits and pieces when I'm on air.
Well, I think it's just a real, as with all of our storage, they're just very useful because they have multiple uses. So you don't, it's not just designed to store one item, or one set of materials that you might work with. The fact that this one, again, we like to keep those containers nice and clear, so you can see what you're storing inside. One thing you'll be really surprised at, I think, is when you get this product home, it really is a good size as well. Like it's not a small kind of desktop accessory, it's a good size. You can get lots of different items in there. The fact you've got the open top as well means that you can, as you mentioned, you can store lots of different things on there. We see it being used, in kind of, bedrooms, workshops, craft rooms, just because it is so versatile. The fact that it's made of, it's made of plastic, so you can wipe it clean, nice and easily. If you've got it somewhere, say it's out in the workshop, you haven't got to worry about it getting dirty. it's very robust as well. So if you do drop it or it gets knocked off the side, it isn't going to break. The product's well made.
And I love it, and it's the depth of those boxes that I find so useful. I've actually bought mine in now. I'm amazed I managed to bring it in without dropping anything. But here you go. This is mine. I bought it in a big supermarket bag into the studio, and everything was transported perfectly. So in the top, I've got, well, loads of different crafty bits and pieces. I've got a pen caddy, which of course this pen caddy will sit also within my Deflecto system. I don't think we've got them on the show today, but we do see them from time to time, and I've got all my different kind of sewing paraphernalia in there with things like my unpicker. I've got my little pin cushion. Because it's made of fabric, I've been able to squish it into the area that we've got there. Then I've got my bobbins here. I've got an area for some of my little quilting rulers. I've got a little area for my needle, so if I need to change my needle I can do. My applique mat is in here, a notebook for different projects. Then of course I've got the area here where I've got things like my walking foot, tape measure, lip balm, all those kind of things. In the big drawers at the bottom, I've got the quilting clips in this one, so instantly I've got those there. And the beauty is, if I say I'm laying out a quilt downstairs, I can literally take that and take it to whichever room I need to, and I've got plenty of room in there. This particular one, I've got things like my quilter safety pins. I've also got my mocker block system in there as well, so when I want to work with my blocks I can do. And then over on this side I've got some threads featuring in there, bobbins, refills, that kind of thing, a little bit of hook and loop. And then the drawer that I've got here, this is the one where I have actually now started putting things like my scissors and my rotary cutter in there. So they are all in there ready for me to use whenever I need to. And then all I need to do is slide that in and out whenever I want. And I just know where they are. That's the key thing. And everybody at home knows where they are. So if they need a pair of fabric scissors or a little pair of scissors to snip something, they can go straight to this. It's almost like a little sewing station. I love it. Really pleased with this one. And such a brilliant price. I mean, £19.99. What an amazing price. If you fancy getting hold of this one, you are going to be in very good company, because it is a popular one. Lots of you taking advantage of that one, and it's one of those ones that you can pretty much put anything you like in it. So maybe using it for your crafty goodies if you're wanting to, maybe use it, well, in any way you want, to be honest. It's entirely up to you. It is your storage system, so you can put whatever you like in it, however you like. £10 saving on each one of those. Very affordable. I would certainly recommend that one. Now I know our Paola would recommend this item. Paola's got loads of these because she's got lots of papers, and it's a lovely system because it's made up of two parts. And again, Sam, such a clever idea, this particular system.
Yeah, so when we designed this product, what we found is again, personally, I was surprised at how much 12 paper was, and there didn't seem to be much on the market in regards to how you can store it safely, but also still store it in a way that you can easily access and use your materials. The fact that it's got that nice clear finish, you can easily locate, you can easily see what you've got stored in there. The trays on the top of the fixed drawer unit, they actually work on their own. If you wanted to just use it as a single tray, you can, or as you can see, they do stack nicely together. So there's little rubber feet on the underside of the tray, which if you have got it on a work surface, it's nice and secure. It's also not going to scratch or damage the surface if it did move around. That also just helps with when you have got it stacked like that. And the way that the tray is designed, as you can see, that they do lock together and they do sit nicely together once you've located them correctly. So that's the first one. That's the 12 by 12 storage trays. And then if we look at the 12 by 12 unit itself, same principle. You can store your 12 by 12 papers in there. Or I think we had an email in recently. Is the papers 8 by 8? Is that becoming popular?
It is, yeah. They're slightly smaller. Quite often people will make 8 by 8 cards or smaller scrapbooks. Yeah.
So again, that would be perfect for that size, for that size paper as well. Now, some of the design features we've put on this one is there's holes that you can see in the front of the tray. Now, we've done that for a very specific reason, is that when that paper is stored in there, as you've got it now, that would be difficult to pick up potentially without you could potentially damage the edges. So,
right, so the dog ears, yes, of course.
Yeah. So what you do then is you can lift it up, and you should be able to just get it a little bit easier. So again, we even tried to think about making lifting the paper easier out of the tray.
Clever. I hadn't even noticed those in there, but yeah, that's a clever design feature there. Love it. Good size as well for your 12 by 12. These are brilliant. The thing that I love about these as well, I have had trays before for my cardstock, and what you often find is the weight of paper and card, which can be quite weighty, is sometimes that they bow in the middle, and because they bow in the middle, then sometimes the sides become unstable, and it all kind of starts collapsing together. But these, they're incredibly sturdy. They're brilliant as well if you've got projects that you're wanting to dry. You know, sometimes we'll make things and we leave them overnight. Well, this way you can put them into a little tray and then actually have several projects drying overnight in that little stacking system. But what a fabulously attractive looking, kind of like a little, again, a modular system again. Here's Prowlers. Look at this. She's got loads in here. 12 by 12s, as you can see there, all sitting beautifully side by side, and meaning that she can go straight to them in their colour groups, and it doesn't have to be a complete 12 by 12 page, obviously. You've got an £11 saving on this one, 2 flexi buys of £19.99, and it's another brilliant one that's definitely worth adding into your basket alongside your one-day special. We are very, very busy. It's good to have your company. Don't forget, if you're wanting to send your photos in, I don't know if we've got time during this hour, but we are going to be back again at 8 o'clock with Sam, so we'd love to see your crafty rooms and how you're working with these. Now, another couple of items to share with you are these fabulous systems here. Now, these ones are your compact storage caddies. Getting both of these coming to you for £26.98. And again, moving from room to room, from area to area, Sam, this is something that many of us crafters do if we don't have a dedicated area. And having boxes like this are perfect for us to do that.
Well, I think, the word we keep using is portable, and I think that's really important because, some people, like you said, don't have a specific craft room or an area where they can keep stuff, and, kind of even more so at the moment with working off the kitchen table. These products, if you're working from home, just for storing away your pens and your daily stuff that you would use in the office. You can keep the table nice and clear, you put your stuff away in there, and then you can take it to another room. Now, one of the design features we put on this product, which you don't often type of design, is the handle folds flat. Now, the reason why we've done that is you can't stack anything on top of there if the handle doesn't fold away. So that, it's just the little things like that we try to think, well, how can we make this product even better? Just that little feature there, you could stack another one on top of there and you haven't got that issue with the handle.
And I was just about to say that, because you've kind of got the little squares at the bottom there, which obviously marry up with the ones on the next layer if you do want to stack them. Exactly.
So with this one, you do get the tray inside the unit as well, and then as that nice glass locking system on there, which is nice and secure, and you've got that lift out tray. And as we move on to the larger of the 2 units that you're going to be getting, that product is around about 33 centimeters in length, possibly more. This one is the largest of multi-compartment storage, and there's about 3 different areas of storage on this product. You've got the lid.
Oops, turn it around the other way.
unclips on the front, and you've got the storage, within the lid there. We've also embossed the ruler into the top of that product as well. So again, just a neat little feature to always have a ruler available. That handle folds nice and flat when not in use. You've got the same clasp system on either end, so again, nice and secure. You've got that lift-out tray for your smaller items. And then the actual storage box itself, it's really deep. I mean, if you put your hand in there, Hayley, you can see actually how deep that product is. You're going to get lots of different things, install lots of different items within that multi-compartment storage box.
And I know when we've had these on before, I've actually discovered that you can put an A4 sheet, if you're putting it landscape style in here, you can't pop the tray back in because it will actually affect it, but you could put the lid straight back on and actually use it for kind of like a filing system with regards to your A4 papers. So again, another brilliant value bundle. We see them time and time again, don't we, from Deflecto. £26.98. If you're wanting to take advantage of this one, please do add it into your basket. 741754. A brilliant value for money. Do pop it into your basket, yeah, brilliant item. Now we've got 2 items to share with you. These ones aren't on the same bundle together, so just to reiterate, they are separate items. Which one should we go to first? Should we go for the clear drawers? Now the clear drawers, I've got these. Now I've got these not in my craft room. I've got them in my dressing room, and I use them. And I would have brought them in, but it would be a bit embarrassing because there's that much junk in there, to be honest. But it's all those little bits and bobs, you know, like hair slides and clips and contact lenses and just things when you're tidying up, you just want to open a drawer and just throw them in there. That's what I use mine for. But it's clear, so I can see exactly what I've got in there. You've also got these little dividers, which are brilliant because it means that anything in there isn't all just thrown into one compartment. You've got your different sections in there, and you've got your 3 drawers. And I have to say, it's got a really stylish look, so it's perfect to sit in the bathroom. And again, Sam, I mean, this is another one that I couldn't be without it now.
Yeah, it proves really popular. I mean, we actually designed this with washi tape, but originally when we designed the product, it can hold well over 90 rolls of washi tape, which is why if you look at the compartments, the storage areas, it's just over the width of a standard washi tape roll, and that's why those dividers are in there. But, you know, you're right in what you say is that we do see this product being used, you know, in dressing rooms, used for storing jewellery in the house, used for if you have it on your desk, you know, at home or in work, great for just pens and general stuff, really. I think, you know, there's no, obviously we designed it with washi tape at the forefront of why we did that. You can store lots of different items. We've got those same rubber feet on the bottom again, just to help it grip, prevent you damaging any kind of polished work surface. It just helps secure the product.
And it's just a really...
You are right, it is a popular product that we, and it hasn't been on for a while, so... Yeah.
And it's one of those ones you don't need, and don't know you need until you use it, and then you don't want to be without it, if that makes sense. So if you want to get hold of yours, Paola has used it in a crafting environment, as you can see there. She's got washi tape in there, brilliant one as well for your embossing powders, as you can see. So yeah, a nice little addition there on, as you can see. Now, of course, I've got 2 different items on my counter in front of me. So the details for those ones, if you wanted that, 789099. But then we have got a mobile kind of storage caddy again with this one. This one is your crafter's storage box. I don't know if I've seen this one before, Sam.
So it's one of the newer products. I'm not sure that we've worked together for a while, so that's probably why, to be honest. But this one again has got lots of different areas.
It has.
Of storage. We've got the lids, where we've got the little sections. There's 3 different compartments on the top of there. You've got the ruler embossed in the lid again. You can see good amount of space in this product, and then we've got that same strong clasp locking system at the very front. Now this product itself has got the 3 lift out trays, so that lid goes back 180 degrees, and what you find with a lot of products is that that top tray is normally connected to the lid, so when you do that they tend to topple over. We don't have that problem with this one. Then those 3 trays just lift out, and you can actually customize the space of each of those trays as well. Those little dividers that you can see, they do come out. You can move them along if you're trying to move, you know, if you're trying to store something a bit bigger.
And that's it, you've got these kind of little grooves. Whoops a daisy, I moved the handle there, so it lifted it up. But these little grooves here sit within these little areas. So yeah, you're quite right, you can make them to whatever size you like. And I think that's a really valid point, because quite often with that cantilever design, as you say, it does kind of topple backwards. So I love the fact, and I also like it as well, that when it actually comes back into the area before you close it up, it's not going to squash anything that's in the base there. It lifts down, but it doesn't go right into the recesses there. So anything that you're keeping in the bottom there is safe and secure as well. I like this one, Sam. It's good design.
Thanks. I will pass on your comments and the fact you like it to our guys in the States at head office. They'll be pleased that
you can have that as a testimonial. Hayley from Redditch, I like this. There you go. Just what you need to know. 556 907 £24.99. What an affordable product, but what a brilliant way of storing your bits and pieces and taking them from room to room. I love the fact that you can actually change those compartments. 556 907, take advantage, £24.99. So we're back with a one-day special. I've had a fabulous hour. It's been really good fun. We've seen lots of fabulous items that are going to help you get organised. And we are revisiting now the one-day special, which has been the star of the hour. It has has to be said. And I'm not surprised because you've got a £36 saving. What you are getting is 2 of your sort and storage caddies, which are brilliant. It's part of that modular system that if you've not got started with Deflecto and your storage system, then this will be the first step. I say the first step, but you might want to go for a couple of these, perhaps using the details at the bottom of the screen, which we'll revisit in a few moments. But what you've got here is a huge £36 saving, which is phenomenal. Now, this is the launch hour, and we're always busy because we know you guys, some of you will already have these. You'll be adding to the system, and we keep our eyes open for the one-day special shows. I know we do because I do it myself. And what you've got here is you've got the addition perhaps to your existing system at a very affordable price. £23.98. It works out about £12 per caddy. That is a phenomenal value. Now, usually, if we're selling these individually, you might even find them on the website. You'd be paying £29.99 for one of these. To be honest, that is really good value for money, even so at that full price. But more so when you are getting 2 of them for that price. So you can see here they're locked together, as we've heard from Sam earlier on. I mean, it is a brilliant system, and you've sold loads of these. I know for our customers here at Hochanda, but internationally as well. It's a very popular style.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you are right. This product does literally sell over in America, Europe, as far down as, you know, well, literally everywhere, even over in China as well. So I don't think there's many places that this product hasn't landed.
And I love this because it's one of those ones that you haven't changed the style of, and I know that when you first brought it to us, the plan was to keep it as it is because it's a simple system, but it works. And I think that's the key thing. People will mould it to whatever they need it to be.
Exactly that. And I think, you know, there's no point now changing the design of it to a different style because, you know, there's lots of brands do that. You know, you'll have one thing when they keep it the same for years and years and years, people invest in it, people buy lots of it, and then they change it. And it's like, well, you know, it's now obsolete, it doesn't all work in the same way. Whereas with this product, all we'll look to do is just bring out accessories that complement, you know, the foundation. And the foundation of this product is the caddy.
I love it.
With those 5 canisters that you're getting in there, and the different accessories that work with it, the wheelbase, the fact you can mount the canisters on the wall with the mounting bar, it's just such a good all-round product.
It is, I mean, I couldn't put it better myself there. Now, a third of the stock of the one-day special has gone, 725,749. If you're wanting to take advantage of it, please do so. Details are on your screen there. It's a brilliant value bundle. Lots of you taking advantage of it. I have a feeling that lots of you are taking advantage of it to add to your existing systems, but we have got another bundle that I would certainly suggest you consider. Features your one-day special that we've just saw. You're actually going to get 2 of those, so a £36 saving on each of these, and you've got an additional £7 saving on the wheelbase. Now, they are all available, obviously, as you've seen there, as individual bundles. So when you see the saving on your screen there, that £2 saving is actually on top of the savings that you're getting, not only with your one-day special, but with that wheelbase. So overall, you are saving £81. It's a brilliant way for you to get involved. 30% of the stock of this one has gone. Of course, if you're wanting to, and this is, I would certainly consider this, going for the deal that we've got on the screen there with your wheelbase and go for an additional one-day special because you've got a good height there. With mine, I think I've got about 7, maybe 7 or 8 of these stacked up, and it kind of sits at my waist height. So when I'm crafting, I've got them literally there, and I can just kind of craft and take out what I need to. Of course, at this height, it's going to be perfect to actually go under the knee-hole space maybe of your crafty desk. And as we heard from Sam earlier on, the actual size that it's covering, you're looking at 33 centimetres, a little over the length of a 12 by 12 page, and the width a little over an A4 sheet. So the actual area that it's taking, oh, something isn't locked in place there. Oh, it's that one there. With regards to this, it's not taking up a big footprint with regards to the area that it's taking. So if I tilt that up there, you can see that it's a little over an A4 sheet, incredibly portable with those 360 wheelbase, as you can see there, and proving to be phenomenally busy. 187719. Please do add it to your basket and maybe treat yourself to an additional one-day special, and perhaps check out some of those other pods like the ribbon caddy that we were chatting about earlier on, because they will sit in here as well. Sam, thank you. It's been a pleasure having you for company during this hour.
Thanks, Hayley. As always, it's a pleasure to see you.
Bless you. Now, you've got our lovely Yanis teaming up with you. I think 8 o'clock you're going to join us again?
Yes, I will make sure I'm sat ready at 8 o'clock.
Wonderful. Fabulous. Well, thank you for bringing us such an amazing deal. I'm going to say goodbye for the time being, Sam. So thank you for your company. And
Thanks.
You guys at home, all I can say is if you've got anything in your basket, please do check your baskets out. One day special, phenomenally busy, as is this fabulous system that I've got by the side of me, which is made up of 2 of your one day specials with those savings and the additional base, meaning that overall you are saving £81. That £2 is an additional saving to say thank you for going for 2 of your one day specials and the wheelbases. But of course, elements like the wheelbase are available by themselves if you do want to go for them. When you come to check out your order, do keep an eye on those end of call items because we've got some fabulous bargains to be had there as well. And make sure you do come back and join Yanis and Sam at 8 o'clock tonight, where I'm sure they'll have some strong updates with regards to the one day special. I'm going to see you at the other side of the break. See you in a moment.